What's up?
Bow, bow, bow.
You and the burn. It's supposed to be bow, bow, bow.
We told you. We're not. We're not doing that.
We're not doing the pow pow.
You're not getting the memo.
Oh,
You're not getting
I missed the memo, y'all. I'm sorry.
Welcome back to Like I Was Saying with your girl,
Velvet.
Fee Baby. Two misguided hosts talking about whatever the fuck they feel like without interruption.
Like we were saying.
Thank you guys for tuning in again. This is what, our second video.
Yes, it is. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the first. Let us know in the comments down below.
And you see we was done switch it up.
You know.
Something different.
You know, got chairs.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I can't say myself. I came in this song just said, ooh,
bitch.
We some bad bitches now. We official and shit.
I am weak. That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
But yes, you know, as always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe.
All of those things. Tell your mama,
daddy, grandpappy,
children, parents,
BD,
you know,
DM.
whoever. Exactly.
Facts.
Your side chick, your side nigga, you know, any of them.
All the side things.
You know, all of them. Side kids. No, I'm just like,
When it goes too far.
side kids.
How was your week, Velvet?
You know, it's been good. Pretty, you know, for the most part. I was off on Monday, so that was fun. That's about it. How
And
about
for you guys that don't know, we record on Monday, we drop on Wednesday, so you had today off.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah.
Must be nice.
You know, I just had a lot of stuff to do, errands to run, you know,
Okay.
life.
I mean, we all need breaks, whether it be to go do something, whether
Or
it be
nothing.
Exactly. You need those mental breaks. Saturday and Sunday are not enough.
It is not. It really should be a 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, work Monday through Thursday. They need to make that a rule.
Are you good with a 10-day work week then? 10-hour work day?
Oh, I'm 100%. Oh, absolutely. Girl, you already know my schedule before. I was feeling it. I was loving it. And then they switched up on me and they were like, no, you can't work the schedule anymore.
I don't know. I had it before. I don't know.
10 hours and have a Friday off?
I didn't have a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I had like a Wednesday.
Or a Thursday?
Yeah, like a weird in the middle, which was cool too, because then it's kind of like it breaks up your weekend a bit.
Yeah.
But,
No, I would love it like if a company had, we work Monday through Thursday and everybody's off Friday through Sunday. Unless, you know, that position calls for it, but I 100%.
When shit get done. I mean, people be shit out of luck on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Don't come talk to me. I'm off.
The same thing on Saturday and Sunday, though. You could talk to other people that have that position. Because there are people, you know, that work the overnight or whatever. But I'm not one of those people. So I want to, if I could get off on Thursday, even if you said 6 o'clock Thursday, and I'm off at that time, and I don't come back till Monday.
Baby.
You see?
She's 100% feeling it. She's an advocate for exactly
Yes.
this.
You wouldn't do it?
I don't know. I think I would. Yeah. It's just sometimes I worked that for like maybe a year and some change. And after like the thought of it's really enticing, but like after some time,
Like,
working 10-hour days is kind of a lot.
Well, I used to work 12-hour days, so I think that's why it's like a whatever to me. Yeah, we used to work 12 hours. But I loved it because you literally had, like, you worked Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday, work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The next week is opposite. You're off Monday, Tuesday, work Wednesday, Thursday, off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was wonderful. And it also gave you a lot of opportunities for overtime. So that means that check looked nice in general, but that check looked real nice when you had them extra hours OT.
Yeah, that is the one thing. It allows you those free days if you choose to do overtime. You can make bank on it.
And you can plan your vacations around it because you already know what weekends you have the full, you know, weekend. So you're like, oh, bitch, I'm about to go, you know, pop some pussy somewhere. I don't know.
Pop the pussies.
But how was your week, Fee?
It was good. It was good. I took a little me time today, even though it took me longer than I thought it was going to.
Girl.
To get my feet done. This lady, I'm not sure if my feet is just fucked up or if she's just attention to detail or like if it's both, but she was on my feet for a while to the extent like
It
this
really
old
was.
lady was like, this woman getting everything done to her feet. I said, damn. I just told her what I wanted. I wanted some nice scrubs on my legs, you know.
But I'm weak.
It
Old
was
lady
nice.
was like, hold on. Is she taking off all the skin?
Cause she came in after and sat down, and the lady had asked how long it was gonna take, and she was like an hour, and she's like, okay. Makes it turn to like an hour and a half. And this lady came in like a walker. I felt bad, but I was like, it's
So
not
I
me.
think it's your feet.
No.
Hour and a half?
No. She just kept fucking with like my big toes. Like she kept coming back to her.
So that means
I was
something.
like, quiet. Leave it alone. It's good. I'm not gonna complain. They're painted.
I think, you know, yeah.
But
I
other
think
than
we're
that-
gonna go with it's your feet, but it's okay. All of us can't have nice feet. I don't even think mine are.
Great. So you're not singling me out. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I wasn't saying that. I don't even think mine are great, but they look alright. You know, they've been in people's mouths, so I guess it's alright.
Yes, girl. Get yours. Get yours, boo.
You never did that?
Get yours. I'm the type of person to keep my socks on.
Oh, during sex?
Yeah.
I have two, but they took them off.
Keep my toes. I keep my toes on.
I like to keep your toes on. You don't just pull them out
Baby,
like pop, pop. Actually,
Interchangeable. fucking big toe down here where the pinky toe is.
Oh my
fucking lopsided
god,
shit.
that'd be crazy as hell if that was a real thing.
Girl,
Oh no.
fucking Bratz doll just taking off feet and putting them back.
But this way, it's not just feet; it's just your toes. You just pick them up. That's crazy. Oh god,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. But yeah, that's kind of, you know, we got. I'm not sure if you know, this Saturday we're springing forward.
This Saturday coming up.
That's, you know, some things that we picked up at the nail shop. We springing forward this Saturday.
Yeah, you were there for 18 hours, so
My
you know.
My goodness. Anybody ask you all that? I was just being candid and sharing some shit with you,
my
and
bad.
now you're gonna use it against me.
So we spring forward. Did not know that, but my phone automatically does. So I don't even turn it on.
I'm excited because that means we get more daytime.
Does it? I
It
just
does.
don't feel like we. It just.
I get more daytime, which means I can go back to running outside after work.
Oh, that's
'Cause
nice.
When we fell back, we lost that time of daytime. So after we got off,
Look at you trying to be fit and all.
you know, I'm just trying to, you know, do a little something, you know, with the poke, you know what I'm saying? Poke.
Goodbye. Really?
Just trying to do a little something. It pokes more when you do it
When
like
you
you're
do
supposed to.
Yeah, you gotta do some squats in there too.
Yeah, that ain't funny.
You gonna do squats? Just running.
And the thighs come with the running though. I mean,
Yeah, but not the booty. I don't think
I
the
already
booty
had the
comes.
booty though. So I ain't got
But if you're trying to get it like poke.
them things gonna thing however they want to thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Them things gonna thing however they want to thing.
Yeah.
Big English, huh? No.
I just added one more thing to the thing.
So I went to college. I don't know what I'm saying.
That's crazy, bro. I mean, I did too.
Where?
Very recently, actually.
But fast though. Yeah.
Very recently. It may not show.
I'm done with you.
I'm very
Anyways,
educated.
thank y'all for joining us. You know, again today on this lovely day. Hopefully y'all had a great week. If not, hopefully, you know, our laughter and our conversations bring some joy to your life.
Yes, don't let last week's bullshit dictate what you're going through next week. Leave that there. You have a whole new week coming up. You decide when you wake up and you roll up out them sheets, out your crusty sheets, out them shit you just washed last night. How you gonna set that intention?
Yeah, I just put some new sheets on my bed too.
Isn't that the most amazing feeling? I love new sheets on the bed.
I like when they're like warm though, like they're right out the dryer type thing, and put them on the bed and then lay in them. Ooh, it feels good, especially like your blanket. Yeah, if you put your blanket like in the
I got the duvet though, so I can't do that.
well,
It takes a lot of energy just to put the cover on the duvet, so I don't think I'll ever experience that again.
oh, I'm sorry.
It's cool. But yes, that sounds nice.
It is, and you get in there, it's all warm. Ooh, yeah, especially you had like a shot or some wine or something.
Ooh, so you warm.
Yes, you feeling
You
good.
warm from the inside.
And warm all the way to the
Oh,
outside. I'm weak. I can't, but yes.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, leave the bullshit from last week there. It's there for a
Exactly.
reason. Move forward. Well, you know, the governments.
Yes, the government. hopefully everyone's gonna get this because we don't know what the rules or stipulations have to be. But this stimmy, y'all.
Stimmy.
This stimmy coming through at 1,400 is what I heard.
So it's completing that 2K that they had initially agreed upon,
but it didn't.
But they couldn't agree. So
but is that 14 with children? Like, so you get extra 14 per child?
You know, I didn't. So when I was reading it, the only thing that I saw was the 3,600. What was it? A 3,600? Is it like a break or something per child? But they only mentioned checks like per adult. I didn't see like them, previously they broke it down like under
600 you get.
Yeah, so I didn't see that with this one. So I'm not sure if it's just like every single person gets 14, like including your kids.
Woo!
Because before, the kids always got less than what the adult did. So I'm not sure if it's everybody get 14, like per.
But I wonder if everyone's going to get 14, or are they going to do the stipulations that they were talking about, like if you made a certain amount or if X, Y, Z.
I can't remember. I either saw 75,000 or 100,000. I think it was 75,000.
Well.
So 75. I mean, I'm still gonna get my 14.
You and I either.
I'm still gonna get
but
my
14.
$14.
I can't even say that I wish that I was making $75,000 and then I would need 1,400. No.
Sure. I mean, a lot of people who are in that bracket sometimes spend outside their means, so they need
Definitely.
14 themselves.
And they're like, I need the 14. Why am I getting 14?
Yes, I have been thankful. It somehow it's always seemed to align that when I'm needing that, they send me. I'm gonna prove it just in time for you.
Fact.
For your bitch ass.
Fact.
Thank you.
It used to be like that, with taxes too.
Taxes come the same time every year, bitch.
Yes, but I'm saying this year is different because this is the first year I've had to owe. And so it's like.
Same though. First year I've owed.
And I'm like, I've never dealt with this in my life and I just don't even know what to do. And so usually, whenever it gets approved, it always hits. And when you need it, I'm like, ooh, this money about to come through. But this year it's like, oh, they better take out this money out my account.
Yeah.
And I'm hurting.
The IRS gonna send me something, let me know how much I owe them and what I need to do to pay them.
Yeah, when I did
y'all let me know how long can I duck and dodge the IRS? So then the podcast is just gonna be velvet. Like on the run for tax evasion.
B-Baby is no longer a part of it because she's in jail. Because that's what will happen.
I filed them, I just ain't paid them.
Yeah.
They usually, I didn't realize you get in trouble for not paying them. I just not filing them.
I don't know, but I just wouldn't do it. That's just not something I think, like, you know what, let me go ahead and fuck with the IRS. No, I'm good.
They fuck with me in my pocket.
They definitely do, but I prefer not to fuck with them because I don't want them coming to me like, yeah, you owe $2K. If you don't pay it by this date, you're going to jail. I don't know. That's all I can think of in my head.
Clank, clank.
I'm good. I'm not built for jail. Physically,
yeah, we
probably.
We had a conversation.
But
about who would and would not last, or what position you may end up taking.
Yeah, it would, cause I feel like I would end up, like physically, I think that I would intimidate people. Mm-hmm. But me being the person I
saw through that bullshit.
Yeah, they saw through it. It's over. You hear? Over, all capital letters, underline, capitalized, all of it. Bold.
Whoa. Like, what was it? 60 Days In? With Muhammad Ali's daughter?
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, she looked timid, so that's different. I don't think that I looked that way.
But I feel like y'all's
stature was the same. Yes. But I actually, in my face, looked meaner than she did. So I think that I would still have some ground. Mm-hmm. But when they, like, actually try to do stuff, I would stick up for myself, but I just, it's not for my life. Jail does not, I can't. Mm-mm.
I'm gonna start running numbers games.
Man.
I'm gonna get on that commissary. Let me get your shit, and your shit. You owe me.
Run that shit.
Louise.
Stop it. Louise, though.
Taking the old bitch.
Louise, the one been in
the
forever.
OG?
Yeah.
The OG Louise.
I'm weak. I can't.
You know what happens when you don't pay up.
Exactly. I think I definitely would get in with people, but I just would not want to go through it. Period.
Yeah, nah. Have you been arrested?
No. No. You?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, do tell.
Ah!
Was you arrested? You was beating somebody up?
I I was beating up his ass.
I can
getting
see
up
it.
in there.
Who was you beating up? I hope it wasn't over a man.
Nah, it went over no man.
Your face ain't different.
I didn't get no damn fight.
Oh,
It was some dumbass college years drinking.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that.
I definitely got clanked over it though. That was at least the same night, but bitch, I ain't never going back in handcuffs.
It was
And they
scared
didn't,
you?
and they didn't put me in no
Did you
jail.
almost shit on you? Shit on yourself?
I almost pissed myself, bitch.
And you were drinking?
I almost pissed myself.
Crying.
I just turned 18.
Woo!
Just turned 18.
And your ass was on the age.
Just turned 18. I'm literally in the back of the cop car with my handcuffs. Text my mama, I'm gonna be at my friend's house tonight. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I don't know how, cause I ain't that flexible no more. I'm sitting here now trying to like think about how I was doing it. I must have been way smaller back then, or more flexible. Cause bitch, I can't put my hands behind me now and do that shit. They're touching, but I'm not seeing what the fuck I'm typing. I sure did grab that shit right up my back.
But now
pocket.
you can just talk to text.
Mama.
That.
Yeah.
That's-
They let me go after a couple hours after sobering up. Thank God. If they would have put me in a cell with somebody else, I would have lost my shit. Thank God I did not have that type of experience. Like, I don't recall being put inside of a cell at all. Like, at all. So I'm
That's good.
very thankful for that.
So it was just,
My whole life been traumatized. It said, sober bitch will let you go.
yeah.
I said, thank you.
Well, that's good. Yeah, never been arrested. I did get stopped by police and thought I was gonna get arrested because I had been drinking.
Oh, okay.
But it did not happen.
Great. I'm very happy it didn't.
Yeah. You know, it's about knowing people, I suppose. But at that time, it really was. I was just like, but I really hadn't been drinking for a while. But I guess, like, when he came into the car, he was like, and I was like, oh, because the drink spilled on me. And you could smell it on me. But I had stopped drinking like an hour and some change before.
That's not a whole lot of time.
But at the time, I was heavier and I hadn't drank a lot. Like, now, you know, before I could drink majority of people under the table. Majority. But I only had 2 drinks. That was it. And it wasn't even like drinks. It was like 2 shots. And that was it. And I used to drink like, fuck. Possibly double digits, depending on the type of drink. So really, I really was just chilling, but I was speeding because I am a speeder. And I was like, oh shit.
Oh, for real? You a speeder?
I am a speeder. I speed 100%.
I found this out this weekend, guys. Found out this weekend. I took a little trippy trip.
Yeah.
And she was going a little speedy.
I don't think I was doing that bad. Was I that bad?
I think you was more bad when you went to go switch stuff. But in them situations you
switching
had
lanes?
to. Yeah, certain situations you had to. I was just.
Yeah. But the thing is, that was dialed down. And I even was talking to my best friend about it when we had dropped you off. And I was like, I don't think I did that bad. I was trying to calm down because, you know, I had Fee in the car. And she's never really been on a trip that long with me. You know, we've been to the store and stuff, but, you know, that's just to the store. And I was like, I'm going to just drive as good as I can without making me have a nervous breakdown mentally. Because I hate driving slow, y'all. Every time I drive slow, I feel like everyone's passing me, and I'm the old grandma in the car, and I just can't do it. But yes, when I drove off from your house, baby, I was gone. Yeah, you wouldn't like that.
Felt that. Felt that.
Yeah.
Definitely felt that.
But what are we talking about today?
So there's a couple little things that came up, something specifically today that came up that I thought would be interesting to talk about.
Okay.
So the how this came about, I want to talk about what is the appropriate time to wait to have sex or to have sex in general. Sometimes I don't like the connotation of wait to have sex, like you're supposed to do so. Just what do you feel is appropriate in terms of when you have a new partner, having sex with them?
Partner.
Or significant, whoever you're. So the topic came up because I was talking to my therapist about dating and stuff like that, and we were discussing, you know, what are things that I've been doing, and she specifically asked the question of the one that I was dating for a couple months. She had asked how soon after we started dating did we have sex?
Mm-hmm.
I was like maybe a week or 2
Mm-hmm.
is when we started having started having sex,
Mm-hmm.
and it was almost as if like her whole entire mind like what, and she started doing like the 90-day conversation with me.
Did she say why?
Because she's been watching some lady who's on Steve Harvey's show, Bella Gandhi, I think is her name. And that's probably, doesn't he have a 90-day rule inside his book for like Think Like a Man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think that's essentially where it originates from, is this Bella Gandhi lady.
So we're watching her just talk about it?
Yeah, apparently she's like, it's like a guru type thing.
That used to be a thing like way back in the day. Fucking Girlfriends had it, the show. So it's not a new thing.
Right.
But I don't say 90, I wouldn't say 90 days.
Yeah, it's something that she referenced, and it was very interesting the moment I told her the time frame, which that honestly is like the first time I've ever done that and that quickly with somebody. Before, it's always been like a couple months or something before I became intimate with somebody. But I felt like that was me just trying to purposefully do that versus just letting whatever happen naturally. I was just trying to be very stead and firm, and there's always this connotation around like the good girls and waiting for so long, and somehow if you do it sooner, there's some type of perception about you if you don't wait that time frame. So, what are your thoughts?
I don't believe that there is a time frame. Like I don't think there should be a specific time frame. I feel like it should be when it happens naturally. So it shouldn't be anything forced. Like if y'all go out on a date or a couple dates, you're feeling him, he's feeling you, and then it happens. And I don't think that the woman should feel bad, and I don't think that the man should feel bad either. I don't think there should be anything negative to go around. Oh, she only went out on one date with him and then they had sex. It's a free country. Do what you want. So I don't think that there is a rule in relation to that. Me personally, I have definitely tried that rule, but I don't think I've ever made it to 90 days. I don't think I've ever made it to 90 days. So, but I tried it, and it's just not for me. Whenever I feel that that's the way that I want to go, then I express it to whoever I'm talking to at the time. And then sometimes it could just be that you just want to have sex, and it's not something that you're trying to have a relationship with them. You're just wanting to fuck. So.
Yeah. No, I agree with that as well. Because I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like I felt a bit of judgment in that moment.
When she was like, what?
Yeah. There was a bit of judgment behind it. And I don't think what happened with myself and that person that I was dating had anything to do with the fact that we had sex within the first couple of weeks of us dating. Because honestly, I feel as if someone's going to deal with you, like it doesn't matter if you give it up now, you give it up later. It's what that foundation is laid as. And if you are vibing on that level, that's just going to add to it. So I don't in any capacity regret, having a change in how I was handling myself, because up until that point, like I said, it usually was months before I would be intimate with somebody. Do you think so? Something else that she said, which I don't necessarily agree with, is that once you become physical with someone, the foundational aspects like friendship, getting to know each other, having a true connection, is kind of erased at that point. That becomes a sidestep. That's no longer the focus. You can't go and still incorporate that into the relationship.
No, I disagree. A lot of people, especially with I feel old when I say this. The kids nowadays, like I really do.
What age are we speaking to when you say kids?
Like 20-year-olds, like early 20s, stuff like that. A lot of them are going to have sex, even older, you can say anybody really, but are going to have sex, and I don't think that takes away from as long as y'all have had that conversation, I think would be the difference. So if y'all are friends and then y'all just end up having sex, then that may change y'all's dynamic of the relationship. I think it would just depend upon who those two people are, and again, their conversation they've had before. So I would say no, I don't agree with what she's saying. I also think it depends on the person because some people have to be in relationships. There's the people in the world that have to be like, I'm not in a relationship, I need to be in a relationship. That's it. Boom. And then there's the people that go with the flow and don't really give a fuck. And then there's some in the middle. So, and some people have to be in a relationship to have sex, or have to have that emotional connection with someone in order to have sex.
One of those demisexuals.
Yes, we did talk about that last time. Yeah. So, I think it really just depends on the person, but overall, I wouldn't say that I agree with it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Like I said, if someone, regardless of what time frame it takes for you to have sex, I don't think that that's going to diminish what you're ultimately are or are not going to be with that person.
Yeah.
If the person wants to know you on a more intimate level, regardless of you having sex, I feel like that's still going to happen.
Yeah.
If you two, and this is more or less in the realm of relationships, not dating, fuck buddies. This is more specifically, trying to go to something more concrete with that individual. So, but you mentioned something that I'd like to call back to.
What?
Having sex with a friend. Do you think it's possible to have sex with a friend and to remain friends, to be platonic, or even flip that? Do you think it's possible to have friends of whatever sex it is that you're attracted to, and to just be friends and to not have sex with that individual?
Any longer. So you had sex. I just want to make sure I'm understanding. So you had sex.
I definitely asked two questions.
Yeah.
Two different questions.
So if you had sex with your friend, could you remain friends without having sex after that? Like if you had sex one time, is that what you're asking? Or if you continuously have sex, can y'all still remain friends?
Both actually.
But,
well, so no, because the other question was not, the secondary question I asked was not that. The secondary question I asked is, are you able to have, I was trying to not make it so like heterosexual, like male, female. Can you have male, female friends who don't have sex with one another? Is that possible?
Oh, so have friends that you're, whatever sex you're attracted to. Is it, can y'all just be friends without having sex? That's your second question.
Yes.
Okay. So 18 questions later now. So
Content queens. So the first one, can you have sex and still remain friends afterwards?
I would say, so most of my answers are always going to be depends on the person. But overall, yes.
What about you?
Me personally, could I have sex with my friend? What's her name?
Billy.
I was trying to come, literally that's the name in my head. But I was trying to come up with something.
Billy gonna be your husband one day.
But
we speaking this into
Billy,
existence.
Jerome. So if there was a Jerome,
you can't have
Jerome.
You definitely have sex with Jerome. You're having sex with Jerome.
How?
You're having sex with Jerome.
Why?
Maybe not Billy, but you're having sex with Jerome.
Well, why would I have sex with Jerome? Because his name is Jerome. Anyways, so if I was friends with Jerome and we end up having sex one day, could I still be friends with him? Yes.
Okay.
Because I don't have to associate, like, I can separate the two.
I could see that for you, actually.
Yes. I could definitely, like, you come over the next day, I'm like, what's up, dude? And, we chilling. Yeah, so I could personally myself, the question would be, could that individual with me? So I don't know, but me personally, I could. I think where it comes to change for me personally would be if I was ever like really attracted to him or something and we slept together, that may change something mentally. However, I think on the, like when I spoke to him, I still would just keep it that way, but probably, try to get more out of him. Like, is this a continuous thing or was that just a one-time thing? And so go from there. But if I never was attracted to him and maybe, we were drinking one night, something happened, Or maybe, you know, I was just horny and he was there. I don't know. So whatever may have happened and it occurred and it was just that and I didn't really have like a full attraction to him, then I could separate the two. What about you? And then we'll go to part 2.
So I kind of feel like I feel the same way. If there was no type of base attraction, if it was strictly platonic and there wasn't any attraction for either of us leading up to it, then I'd say I'd be able to keep it kosher afterwards. The part that would make it a bit more complicated if there was some feeling there that wasn't being communicated before, or there was a conversation but just nothing kind of took off from it, and then that happens. I think that's where it complicates things more. It's kind of like so. And if it happens again, it's kind of like, okay, so is this a pattern? Is this like
what are we doing?
At that point, a conversation needs to be had.
Yes.
Because it sounds like a little bit more complicated, especially depending upon how interwoven that person is in your life. That is where it becomes a tinge more complicated.
Yes. So, your second question. Yes.
So you say that you can be friends with
a
someone.
male. For me, because I'm attracted to men. So for me personally, I could be friends with a male and not have sex with them. Yes, I have a couple of them.
Are you attracted to any of those friends? Do you find any of them attractive? Okay.
I just don't want to have sex with them. Like it's like we're cool. Like we hang out. We can, you know, play games. We can go out, chill. You know, drink, cook, eat, all that stuff. But it's just. I don't see that person in that space.
So of these people who you're thinking of, have you ever been that way with any of them?
Nope. One of them I have, but the other one. But one I have. But we shut up. But we realized that us being on that level wasn't good for us. Like we weren't meant to do that. So you have an example where you can transition from having that with a friend, having sex with a friend, and then no
you're
longer
able to go back to platonicness.
Yeah, and I'm 100% fine with it. There's one that's like attractive, but I just don't see him in that space. I don't know, and it's probably because I've known the person for a very long time, like. Since I was young, so it's like, you know, that's your brother type thing. Like, yeah, but a lot of people think he's attractive. Like, it's like, oh my god. Next question. No, I don't hook nobody up with nobody. I don't give a right to ask who it is. Absolutely not, because you're not gonna come back to me if things go south and say, I can't believe, why didn't you tell me that Christophersos? I don't even know where that came from. But Christophersos.
Please don't nobody ever name me son that.
Christophersos, something. I don't know. I'm like, and if you come to me and afterwards, you know, even though I didn't hook y'all up and y'all still talk, I'm like, bitch, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't hook you up. You went after him. Or he went after you.
Don't make this shit
You
complicated
asked
for
me questions.
Y'all did this.
And I told you that I don't like to be in it. I don't want to be involved because neither of y'all gonna come to me afterwards.
You in it?
Because I had someone ask me before to hook them up with a friend, and I said, no, y'all can do it on your own.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, I have a gathering, and y'all gonna come over, and y'all can talk to each other, and y'all do y'all. But if shit goes south, don't put Velvet's name in it, because I don't want to be involved. What about you? Could you be friends with whatever gender you are attracted to? That is not gay.
So I've only really had a handful of straight male friends. One of them I just truly wasn't attracted to, that never happened. They were very much to me though, and that always presented an issue. Because I was never on the same page that they were. So that just created a lot of issues. But any other male that started off as a friend, I ended up dating at some point.
So that's a no for you.
So probably a no. Yeah. I mean, I usually always start off as like the homie. Like that's just kind of always been my role. Like I was always like the tomboy, and so I ain't trying to be funny. I mean, I would never really be the one to pursue it.
Yeah.
So
they wanted the good, and you gave them the good, and they were like, "We can't be friends no more."
Nah,
we have to be lovers.
They didn't give no goodies back in the day. I wasn't giving no goodies at that point. It was just my personality was so fucking awesome. She's a fucking hater. You gonna let her sit here and just hate all she motherfucking wants to. I ain't mad. But yeah, no. I haven't really. There was even a male friend that I had who was gay. Yeah. There was like a weird attraction. I think they were like bisexual. But so I haven't really had many platonic friendships that were just platonic.
Interesting.
Well, let me phrase, I've never had a just straight platonic male friend that both of us were heterosexual.
Interesting.
And there was never any type of intention to try to do more than that.
No.
Yeah. Which kind of sucks because it always kind of makes me feel that there's always ulterior motives when people are around me. That I can't just be who I am and not feel like there's some type of sexualization going on.
Well, I think that I'm not a male, so I don't know, but most men, when they are friends with someone, it's because there is some type of attraction.
I've definitely.
It doesn't mean that they're going to absolutely pursue it, but they are friends with you because of something. Like, again, maybe when y'all were younger and y'all grew up together, that may be different. But even like if you hit, your whole puberty and you start growing boobs and stuff, they definitely was looking at them.
Yeah.
And if you grew a booty, they definitely was looking at it. But will they pursue it? It depends, on how they feel. But I think that most men, when they're friends with a woman, is because something about them they are attracted to. So whether it be their lips, the boobs, the butt, the face, whatever it may be. So that is, again, my opinion, but I'm not a male. That's just me saying. For a woman, I don't think we have to be attracted to a male friend, because I definitely have had unattractive male friends. And we're just cool. And I've had very, very fine male friends. And we're just cool. In my head, for that one particular one that I'm thinking about, definitely I wanted to have sex with him because I was physically attracted to him. It never happened because we were, just friends. But in my head, if we got drunk one night and the shit happened, I would have been okay with it. I was like, alright. But yeah. So, while we're talking about this, I would like to know your opinion on the difference between love, lust, and infatuation. Is there a difference? Is there not? What do you think?
So I think that lust and infatuation can be things on their own, independent from one another. I also think that
love and infatuation is what you said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I think I said lust, or I meant to say lust. Lust and infatuation are able to be things outside of one another and on their own. I do think that love takes form and stages of lust and infatuation. I think those are phases of love. But I do think, so essentially what I'm saying is I think you can have lust without love, infatuation without love, but I don't necessarily think you can have love without some form of lust and infatuation.
Interesting.
I think in the beginning, before you hit love...
sorry.
You want to...
Because you said before you hit, like hit.
Oh.
That's what I was like.
Before you reach
that's
the stage that is love, I think that you do have stages that are similar to lust and infatuation. I think that's kind of what sets kind of the foundation. You lust after somebody, you want them physically, and then it, goes into more of a mental, intellectual. You get to know them better,
and that's where the love comes from.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
What
I think I just like saying interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
Like you're really homing in on something. Interesting. I like what you said there.
Exactly. No. I definitely think that they are stages. I think that lust comes first. In my head, that's what I think. Lust.
So what are you defining as, like, what are we labeling? What are we defining as lust?
Lust is fucking. Lust is being very sexually attracted and wanting to do something sexual with a person. That's what I always associate lust with. Like,
without
I'm looking at
something more
exactly
from that person.
If I look at who's a famous person? Why am I blanking on his name right now?
Billy?
No, Billy. Okay. Not Billy. Oh my God, we literally brought him up on the last podcast, and I always forget his name, and I don't know why.
I know what movie he's in. He's not the movie that you referenced, but I know the movie. Please hold.
What? Why can I never remember his name, even though I remember his face?
He's from Tom.
And his body, and his voice, but his name always escapes me. What is his name? Y'all, I'm terrible with names, and I apologize. I don't know.
This just makes us look so bad, but hold on.
I'm about to just ask
you. Wait, no, I got it right here. I got him.
Do you?
Isn't that him?
Yeah! No, that's not him, bitch.
Oh, no.
I'm just, y'all, my best friend is here. I'm just asking him, what is his name? Yes! Aldous Hodge! See? I knew he would know. No, I knew he would know. What? I knew he would know.
Oh, for some reason I always felt like that was the same person.
Big on the two different. Hold on.
Who did you pull up?
Who did you pull up?
That's mine.
It is not, his name is a longer. He's definitely African.
I'm not going to
What
be
is his name?
attempting to say his name.
What is it?
I'm pulling back up.
But it's Aldous Hodge. So Aldous Hodge, there's a high lust level for me on him. If he was to walk in right now,
For some reason, like he doesn't. He looked in the last one, but here I feel like they look alike.
Go
in the
throw
photos,
yourself off a motherfucking something. Tell the people his name.
I don't know. I'm not.
Pull it back up.
I'm not gonna.
I will attempt to say it. What? Adewale, Adewale, y'all. Last name, I do not know. Akinyoye, Akinnuoye -Agbaje. Please go look him up and roast her ass in the motherfucking comments. They look nothing alike. Aldous Hodge and him, because I'm not going to say his name again because I don't.
I haven't seen that movie since 2014, y'all. But I've sworn ever since
But we definitely, you pulled up Aldous Hodge last time.
because you referenced Invisible Man.
Yes, okay.
And I couldn't think of the movie you referenced with him in it. And for some reason, I've only seen that movie once. It was in 2014. For some reason, I've always thought that was him. Lo siento, papi. That Spanish is really coming along well.
Ooh, you don't practice it. But yeah, so for him, that's lust. For me.
Oh, that's what we were talking about. That's why
Yes.
you said well, okay.
Yes.
I was kind of confused. I was like,
Yes, that's why we brought him up, because I was trying to think of,
Lust.
that is lust. That is a high level of lust. For me, it's literally just the physical. I'm quite sure if I got to know him, it would be more. But since I don't know him, I'm just going based off of from head to toe. Baby. So infatuation, I think it's just a higher level of lust to me. However, Yeah, that's really what it, to me, that in my, I just don't associate it with anything more. I think you may have some type of connection. So like if I met, we're gonna use Billy because it's always who's in my head. So if I met Billy at the store and then I'm infatuated, usually majority of the time it's off looks because you're not doing anything else. You're not having a great conversation or anything. So I think that's what like how it starts off, and then you have some type of connection, but it's not on the same level as love would be. Love is more so an emotional connection, also physical, mentally. There's so many other aspects with love, but I think it normally starts, lust is the physical. When you see someone and you try to talk to them, that is based off physical.
So, an example of infatuation for me would be, you've watched Shameless.
Yes.
Carl, he had his little girlfriend towards the ending part of the seasons.
I didn't watch last season, so we're talking about that one now.
Like the last couple of seasons.
Is it the one that went to his camp?
Yes.
A bit was crazy.
But I think that's infatuation. Like, I feel like it's more than just physical. I feel like you are literally consumed with that person. Like, you are no longer an individual when you become, I almost like link it to being like obsessed with somebody. Infatuation is kind of like obsessive to me. That's why I feel like it's kind of like a stage in love. Like, you can sometimes correlate to the honeymoon phase because you're just so like intertwined and like enthralled with like who you're with. But I think infatuation can definitely, you no longer value yourself as an individual. It's all about that other person being consumed
by the other
person.
I can understand that. I agree that love incorporates all of them, but I think it's just more so of the other connections you have outside of the physical connection. So again, it would be the emotional or mentally or whatever other connection that you have with the person.
So what's love?
What's love got to do with it? Got to do with it? Hey, what's love? But I can't tell you. Where were the words at? I was like, how is she gonna do it?
I think I knew the words, but I
gotta get ocean. I am
ocean.
Yes, but no, I cannot. I cannot.
Because I wouldn't want to have anybody come for me if the words weren't completely correct.
Yes. Oh,
so I had to kind of leave some obscurity to it.
Emotion.
I got the range right.
I'm weak. I think literally love is a connection. Of course, there's obviously, a definition for it based on the Webster or the dictionary. But for me, I think it is literally a connection between you and that individual. So for me, when I have been in love before.
You've been in love?
When I've been.
Girl! You've been in love?
Been in love before, and that it was a connection between me and that person. We were on like a whole different level. So I think it also has to deal with, how like you have your best friend and y'all have maybe even your own lingo type thing. Like y'all have a different connection than you and your other friends. So like if you would say you and your best friend is Christine. So would you say your connection with Christine is a different level than your connection with?
We're not playing that game.
I'm just saying with someone else.
We're not playing that game.
That's not your best friend.
Absolutely.
So I think it's the same thing with your person that you're in love with. Your connection is basically you and your best friend, but on a higher level, and also includes, of course, the sexual. So that is how I correlate it. Me and my best friend, we definitely have link. Like we can say something to each other without even saying words. Like that's something we can do, and that's also something I feel like you have that type of connection and that type of understanding with your significant other or the person you're in love with. I feel like if you don't even have that, again, in my opinion, I don't think that you like are in love with them. I don't think that y'all have reached that level. Maybe is how I think of it, but that's just me.
At what point do you feel that it moves from like to love?
Ooh, you and these questions.
I should have been a journalist.
But facts, I feel like I'm fucking interviewing. I mean, I feel like I'm the.
Just all you gotta do is flip it back on me. I'm
I
just
know, but
creating
that's not.
conversation.
But you know.
All you gotta be like, well, what you think, B?
What you think, Pete? No.
Oh, would you like for me?
What was the question again?
What's the difference between like and love? Or like what is defining differently?
Like when it turns from like to love. I'm trying to think, me personally, from when I started. I would say so for me there's steps, but I would say when I learned that I was, loving someone and then in love, because to me I think there's a difference between love and in love. So there are people that don't believe that, but I think there is. So I think it went from like to love to in love. So with like, it was just, you like to hang out with them. Cool. All right. Awesome. But I think where love hit is more where you were talking about the infatuation. So to me, that is where I wouldn't say you're 100% consumed in the person, but you want to be around them consistently. So like you like to hang out with your friends X, Y, Z, but you are truly, wanting to hang out with this person, wanting to get to know this person on all levels, not just the physical, but mentally, intellectually, sexually, emotionally. Like you're wanting to know more about them. And it's not just, asking them questions, but having a full conversation. It's just a natural thing is where I think it starts to turn into love. It's not, at the beginning of the stage where it asks, what's your favorite color? Or what's your favorite food? But you start asking those deeper questions because you truly are wanting to know that being and not just what is the word I'm looking for? The outside, things like, again,
the
food
cosmetic,
and color.
the aesthetic thing.
Exactly. Like, what type of shoes you like?
You're okay with just giving up easily to somebody.
Exactly, but love is more so incorporating those things, but also including the overall aspect of that person, deep, like the emotionally deep things that they've been through in their life. You wanting to know, you wanting to console them. You actually caring is, I think, is the key part. Because again, when you ask questions, a lot of people at the beginning are just asking to ask, to get to whatever they want, whether it's sex or whatever it may be, or friendship. But I think once you love someone, you're truly wanting to know and caring about it, and also trying to attempt to help, whatever situation may be going on. That is my opinion. In love is, add a degree onto that. But what about you? Where does it become a difference between like and love? Where is that level?
I definitely agree with points that you made. I think to add to that, it's once someone shows you like their closet, like their flaws, their uglies, and knowing all of that, it's not a deterrent. Finding out this person isn't perfect.
It doesn't deter you from wanting to be with them.
Yes, and it makes you value them more because of their journey and who they've become as a result of it, or even things that they're currently going through. You don't judge them for your understanding, whereas for someone who you may be in the life phase, that could be something that could be a deal breaker for you.
Yeah.
Things that would normally be a deal breaker for you, you're like, you know what?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I'm willing to work with you on that. I think that's huge. I think when someone is no longer that polished image that you met them as, like, for example, they ain't been lined up in some time. They pit's a little stank. Or you would wake up and his breath nasty. Like, I think that's where love kind of comes in, because it's not just the aesthetic that you're looking for in that person. It's deeper than that. I think that's kind of where like turns into love. Is loving those things that in normal circumstances you wouldn't love about an individual, or you wouldn't want to put forth additional effort towards because of that.
So, what is your top deterrent for all those single men out there, you know.
Ciao. Chile. Ciao.
Put on the spot.
I think something that I kind of think these two go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Communicator and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things that, because I'm a person, I do like consistency. I do like attention. I like affection. I like to, have regular communication with somebody. If that's not something that we can meet on a middle ground somewhere, because some people will start off out the gate really, really good with communication, and then I'm not sure if it's like almost like that honeymoon phase.
It's over.
And they're no longer trying to get you, they feel like they have you.
Mm-hmm.
So I always liken it to that, don't introduce me to a vibe you can't maintain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that that is just simply about materialistic things. I think that's a holistic thing. I think if you got me with being funny, being witty, being introspective, don't stop that just because, we're on a one-on-one basis now. I understand you're not here to perform for anybody. I understand that people are going to have their days, but you can't go from literally being this one person and then it just be completely different afterwards. So that's kind of where most people lose my interest. And if there is, while I do like the attention and affection, I'm willing to compromise too, but only with someone who's willing to communicate with me what they're able to do. If we can't be on the same page, then that's going to be an issue.
Yeah. Okay. Alright.
So, what about you?
If I chose one, I definitely would say, haven't bet no. Consistency. Consistency, because I don't think that a lot of people are nowadays. Like, I think
our dating history thus far can be a testament to that.
Yeah. Like, a lot of people are not consistent in the things that they do, say, anything. It's like, yeah, I do this, and that, and let's go out here, blah, 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 and then you do it one time. I thought you were adventurous. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, no. But also, lying is literally on the top of that list for me. Like, I literally I will cut you off without a word.
Facts, McGee.
You'll just, that's it.
Facts, McGee.
Especially if I catch you. I'd rather you tell me the truth, and then, we can work through it, figure out, whatever is whatever. But when you lie to me, then that changes the whole ballgame. So then I just cut you off. You try to text me, bitch, yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah, lying or, specifically withholding information. I think those are things, again, I think that goes into like the communication
portion
piece.
of it.
Yeah. Like, let's just be, it ties into honesty. At the end of the day, for me, I think communication is all about honesty.
And openness.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people aren't. That's a whole other topic for a whole other day. That take another whole hour, y'all. But anything else you want to add today?
No, I think we had a very insightful and interesting conversation. So I think we'll wrap up. I think we'll end it there.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Like I Was Saying podcast with your girl Velvet.
Baby.
Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, tell everybody. Okay, not everybody, but everybody.
Everybody.
And
in the club getting tipsy.
You know what? I cannot. That's what we're doing. Ain't no music playing.
Well, it's in my head, and I know y'all viewing it. I know y'all listening to it. It was like, oh, I'm catching it. I'm feeling it. They heard it. They felt it.
You see what I did with it.
I'm just here for the people. I'm just a humble servant of the people. What do you want from me?
Anyways.
Thank you so much for joining us again. I really hope that you are enjoying this new viewing medium that we're providing you.
What a nice
We've even switched it up already. We was on the couch before. Now I'm gonna brought you a whole entire vibe.
Ooh,
a whole vibe. We're not gonna introduce y'all to a vibe that we can't maintain. We're gonna keep it going.
So everyone, just remember each of you are beautiful and to never stay what?
Stagnant.
In your motherfucking life.
And set each day with a new intention. Life is tough, my dear, but so are
you.
out.
Bye, deuces.